Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Wild Sonnets Out Loud. My name is Nicholas Korn, and I am the poet of The Wild Sonnets. In each video, I read two selections from my Wild Sonnet sequence. So let's get right to it. The first selection is from the new book, The Wild Sonnets Volume 7. This is Wild Sonnet number 685. Some 20,000 breaths I take each day. So many times I funnel into the bottle of my body the unmargined air of everything around. So many times I pour into the vast and vessel of this accommodating earth, after the release and wrenching of the diaphragm, the fog and froth of what I am. Some 100,000 pounding times a day, my repetitious heart winces like a fist. Then to allow the blood its river and business in the limbs, unclenches only to contract again. What is this life but iteration and exchange? What am I bound by and bound for and believe? How much must I surrender to receive? And that was Wild Sonnet 685 from the new book. I do want to take a moment to say that each book of the Wild Sonnets features 100 poems. And with the release of the 7th collection, this body of work now stands at 700 poems. And I am already working on Volume 8. But to return to the reading, the second selection for this episode is one of my favorites from the Wild Sonnets Volume 5. This is Wild Sonnet 435. Wooden stairs descending to the sand, and the sand conceding to the backward sea. It is nearly night, and the reluctant stars are still deciding to come out. Our warm feet press upon the creak of oak and plank as we talk with the slim stem of a wineglass sifting in our hands beside the ocean's dark and drifting. So much extends, so vastly now before us. The printless shores whose limits left and right cannot be seen, the edgeless reach of water, whose nodding and unnumbered waves ride further than conceiving can, and the frameless black descending down the sea of sky, while we converse on what and who, and not of why. And that was Wild Sonnet number 435 from the Wild Sonnets Volume 5. I hope you've enjoyed the two Wild Sonnets I've shared here. You will find the links for both of the books featured in the description below. And for all 7 books in the Wild Sonnets library, both paperback and digital, simply go to my website at www.wildsonnets.com. And in conclusion, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you in a couple of days with 2 more poems from the Wild Sonnet sequence. Until then, stay wild and stay well.